Alright, today we are looking at all geometric formulas that we've looked at so far in Unit 6A and 6B. It says you are mowing your neighbor's lawn. They have a triangle-shaped garden in the corner that has an area of 45 feet squared. The lawn is a rectangle that is 80 feet by 50 feet. What area of grass will you mow? So it says at first identify our shape. So I'm going to first draw our yard, which it says is a rectangle. The whole lawn is a rectangle that's 85 feet by 50 feet. In the corner, we have a triangle-shaped garden. I'm just going to make it a triangle right there. And they already told us the area of that is 45 feet squared. So what are we trying to find? We're trying to find the area that we mow. Area to mow. So what formula are we going to use? This goes back to an area of a shaded region, because if this is our grass here, we don't have a formula for this weird shape, but we can find the area of the rectangle and then subtract the area of the garden, because we're not going to mow on top of the garden. That would be silly. So we're going to use our area of the rectangle, which is base times height, and then we're going to subtract the area of the triangle, which we already know it's 45 feet. Area of the triangle. Okay? So let's plug it in and solve. So base of our rectangle, I'm just going to draw a rectangle here so you know what we're talking about, is 85 times our height, which is 50. And we need to multiply that, 85 times 50, and that gives us 4,250 minus the little garden of 45, and we get 4,205. We're talking about feet squared, because it's two dimensions, like length times width, right? So we would have to mow 4,205 feet squared of lawn. Hopefully you have a riding lawnmower. All right, let's look at the next question. It says you walk in a complete circle around Circle Lake. What a clever name. The diameter of the lake is 0.8 miles. So from one side to the other of this lake, straight across, the diameter is 0.8 miles. How far did you walk? So if we're walking around the edge, another name for that is the circumference. The circumference of the circle is pi times diameter. And lucky for us, we already have the diameter, so we're just plugging in pi times 0.8. And again, I'm going to use 3.14 for pi. If you want to use the pi button on your calculator and round to 2 decimals, that's fine as well. Oh, I got ahead of us. Our formula is right there. So 3.14 times 0.8 gives us 2.512, or in terms of miles, most people would stop at 1 decimal, about 2.5 miles is how far we would have walked around the lake. If you want to put 2.51, because we've been going to 2 decimals, that's fine. It doesn't say what to round it to. Let's flip over to the back side. It says a cheese-filled pretzel. Okay, keyword here, filled pretzel, is a cylinder that has a radius of 0.7 centimeters and a height of 2.2 centimeters. The cheese center has a radius of 0.3 centimeters and a height of 2.2 centimeters. What is the volume of the cheese center? Okay, so this sentence right here kind of gave away what we're looking for. What's the volume of just the cheese center? So we don't need to know any of this first piece of information. We just want to focus on the cheese center, okay? The middle part. The middle part is also a cylinder, and it has a radius from the edge to the middle of 0.3 centimeters and a height of 2.2 centimeters. So we're trying to find the volume of the cheese. So formula for volume equals area of the base, oops, I put A, area of the base, usually we use a B for base, times the height. And our area is a cylinder, which is a circle. On the end we have a circle. Pi times radius squared for area of a circle, times our height. So let's plug in what we know. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I just wanted to change colors. Let's go purple. So we have pi times our radius, which is 0.3 squared, times our height, which is 2.2. Again, this is multiplication and this is multiplication. The others are decimals. So I'm going to plug this in my calculator. I'm going to start with 0.3 squared, or 0.3 times 0.3, times pi, which is 3.14, times 2.2, and we get a volume of 0.62 if I round it. And we're talking about centimeters cubed because we're talking about volume. How much cheese? Well, not a whole lot of cheese. I'm going to double check this to make sure this is right. 0.3 squared times 3.14 times 2.2. Yup, that's not a lot of cheese. That's how much cheese is in the middle. All right, last question. A cylindrical pitcher has a diameter of 9 inches, so all the way across the edge is 9 inches, and a height of 13 inches. You have some cups that have a radius of 2 inches and a height of 6 inches. Suppose the pitcher is full of juice. How many cups can you fill? So they don't give us the prompting questions, but based on this, the fill and the volume, we're finding the volume of each of these cylinders. We're going to find the volume of the big cylinder to figure out how much total juice there is, and then we're going to find how much juice can fit in 1 cup, so we can figure out how many cups can we fill. So volume is, remember, area of the base times the height, and our area of our base is a circle, pi times radius squared. So be careful here, it said the diameter is 9, so our radius is half of that, which if I do 9 divided by 2, will give me 4.5. So I'm finding the volume of the pitcher first. So we have pi times 4.5 squared times our height. So 4.5 times 4.5 times pi times our height. Oops, I didn't plug in our height. Our height is 13 inches. And we get a volume of 826.61, if I round it, inches cubed. That's how much juice we can fit in our pitcher. And then we're going to find the volume of the cup. Same thing, area of the base times the height, so pi r squared, that's a circle, times the height. Our cup, they actually gave us a radius, so we're doing pi times 2 squared times our height, which is 6. So 2 squared, 2 times 2 is 4, times 3.14 times 6. 1 cup, if we fill it all the way to the brim, to the top, is 75.36 inches cubed. So this is the cup and this is the pitcher. How many cups can we fill? So what do we do with these two numbers? We could subtract over and over and over again, or we could just divide. So we are taking 826.61 and we're dividing it by 75.36 to figure out how many full cups can we fill. So let's plug it in. 826.61 divided by 75.36, and I get an answer of 10.96. we could fill 10.96 cups, 10 full cups, or almost 11 cups, whatever. It doesn't say to round to the nearest whole number or anything. So we can fill almost 11 cups of juice. Your homework is just like this. You need to first review our formulas and then look to see what are they looking for. Volume, surface area,